Hey guys, so today's Monday the 27th. Look at my new toy I just got. I've always wanted a sweet bike, and again, it's one of those things I've just never given myself permission to spend the money on. And I've gone with like Craigslist bikes for like $200-300, and they're always kind of crappy and break easily, or things aren't straight. And so I checked out some places. They all rent out bikes, and then the ones that they rent out, they sell for like half price. So I got this sweetie for $800. Normally it's like double that, and she's in really good shape. The reason I got a bike wasn't just because I wanted one, but I needed one. So you see, I am flying back to Oahu, to Honolulu, to go get my FedEx truck and ship it over the Big Island. But in the meantime, I needed to park the ambulance and then somewhere safe, and I could pay to park it at the airport, or there's plenty of safe places I could just park it somewhere, and then either I could take a bus or an Uber, or I could be totally self-sufficient and buy a bicycle, ride my bike to the airport, park it at the airport, get my truck ready to ship it. I fly back. It doesn't ship for I don't get it for like 2 days. And so then I still need a ride from the airport to my ambulance. So I'm like, oh, I'll just park the bike, lock it up at the airport, and bam, there's my ride. Also, it's really fun, and it's a great excuse to ride a bicycle, or to buy a bicycle. And riding a bicycle around here, like in Kona's kind of small. It's like the big city on the island. It's where I got a job, and kind of where I'm going to be hanging out a lot of time, I think. Rather than driving my big old diesel engine ambulance that's huge around, a lot of places are kind of tiny, it's hard to park. Just park it somewhere and ride my bicycle around, and then I can easily load it up in my ambulance, which is sort of what I had going on with the scooter and the FedEx truck, but that's a lot harder of a system. It's more complicated than the bicycle and the ambulance. Plus, the scooter wouldn't fit in the ambulance, so this is a much better package for me. I think that other one was just kind of a practice run, and now I have this like big old practice run. I don't really know what I'm doing with it. Shipping it here, and then what? Park it on my land? I haven't even been to my land yet, guys. I've been there one time. That one time I said I went, spent like a half hour, and it's just like, it's so far out of the way. It's so far away from everything else that, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like my cabin space, or my retirement spot, or I'm going to build a retirement home, or have space for people to come and camp. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. What else? I spent this last weekend, I went to Manifest, this beautiful festival put on by all these lovely women. It was really good. Friday when I got there, well, I got there Thursday to volunteer, and I kind of helped, and it was weird because I'm like, don't know anybody, so it's super socially awkward. And then Friday was still kind of awkward, but it was like, okay. And then Saturday, things started coming together. I started meeting people, and it was fun. There was all this fun dancing and like deep connectivity. And then Sunday morning, I woke up and was like, okay, I gotta get out of here. I gotta run away, you know, because I always try to do that. Even though there were signs telling me to stick around, I was like, no, I gotta go. So I tried starting up the ambulance, and guess what? Wouldn't start. I'm like, dang it. I heard the universe when it told me to stay today. But maybe the running away was getting me to notice that there was a problem. So I tried jumping it. That didn't work. The guy I bought it from mentioned that the glow plugs probably need to be replaced soon. Was trying to get it start, wouldn't start. This other guy came by and he's like, oh, I used to be a mechanic on these. And he was telling me stuff about it. He's like, it's probably the glow plugs, or maybe it's this thing or that thing. And I'm like, okay, great, cool. What do I do now? And he's like, oh, you get some starter fluid and spray it in the things and it'll fire up. I'm like, cool. So a friend that I made, this awesome artist friend named Rose, drove me to town, got me some starter fluid. So it was kind of like this thing that like took up most of my Sunday afternoon. But in the morning, I spent some soft, squishy time with some cute people, and I made a deep friendship with this girl Rose. Anyway, so she brought me back, got it started, got it here, and then today I was like, oh no, I have to try and hurry and fix it before I go. And I'm like, no, that's too much work. Like, I don't know how to change these things. And, you know, the guy that I bought it from offered to do it, but he lives out in Ocean View, like 2 hours away. And if he could do it, I can do it. So I know it's like challenging to figure out something yourself. I don't know what I'm doing. I tried looking up YouTube videos, and they're all for like Ford trucks, not this like van. So it's kind of a mystery. But yeah, like I said, I can figure it out. So let's see what else happened. I had this dream. I had a couple dreams last night. First one, my sister Kaylee and I were driving the FedEx truck, and we were driving over this like super rocky, kind of like the smooth lava rock type stuff around here. And she was texting, and she wasn't wearing her seatbelt, and we went over some bumps, and she like fell out, and I like, whoa, I like jumped over and like drove on the thing, and then she like fell kind of far down and like was okay. And I like looked down at her, and I'm like, and my instinct was to like get mad at her and be like, you shouldn't be texting and driving without your seatbelt. And then I stopped and thought about it, and then I just like looked at her and I saw love, and I was like, I'm really glad you're okay. And I started laughing. And then I was like, you know what I was doing last night when I was driving? I was on the phone a little bit. I was like poking around looking for music. I wasn't texting, but you know, when you're like, this song sucks, I need to type in whatever while I'm driving. And there's been a couple times when I drove around without my seatbelt, so I'm pretty sure that dream was like, you know, myself talking to myself about how to be more responsible. So then I had this other dream. I was living with some people, and I was really tired of living with people. I was really, really tired of it, and I just couldn't wait. And I decided to move out, and then it was totally worth it to spend the money to get a studio apartment. And so the adventure was like going out, like getting away from people was like sort of a struggle. And then I was trying to look up on the internet for studio apartment, and I was deciding 1 bedroom or studio, and I was like, no, go with the studio apartment. And then basically all the studio apartments were like in the city, and I was like, okay, well, this is where I'm going to the city. And then I woke up and I was like, wait, what is that like? And a voice told me, well, what about wolfing? And I'm like, wolfing, like where you go work on a farm and live for free. And that option had kind of been brought up because some different people that I met at the festival were doing that. And so my mind kind of went down a trail of exploring that. And I have this job that I start on Thursday in the city. It was really easy to get. I got the amount of money I asked for, and right after I got the job, on the way to get my like TB test to get approved to work, because that's what you have to do in Hawaii, I stopped at the thrift store and found a pair of non-slip shoes, which I need for work, for $8 in my size. So like the flow of everything said go get that job, but over the last few days I've been questioning, like, is this the right path for me? Should I keep doing the same thing? Should I go do what I'm really good at and what's super easy for me to excel in and move up and make money? My concern is the stress levels, especially when you become a manager. I've been known to like marry my job and just take that on, so I'm a little concerned about that with myself. And the other thing is, like, if I go into that and just keep doing the same thing I've always done, am I going to miss out on other experiences? Like, what if I go wolfing and like see what that's like? So yeah, I felt into that this morning for a while, and I'm highly influenced by my surroundings. I really started paying attention to the fact that who I'm around, the energy I'm around influences me, and I am equally influential, which is a powerful thing to know about yourself, but like it's a it's a strength and a weakness. Like, yes, I'm influential, but also I'm easily influenced, and so I need to be intentional about where I'm at. And so it's kind of a choice. Like, the city, getting the job, doing the thing, is nice because there's very few mosquitoes and it's sunny, which I like both of those things. But on the other side of the island, in the festival land where I was, is like where church is. God, they had this amazing, oh my gosh, it was so good, this ecstatic dance, this huge space, really good DJs, tons of people, just all ages, being themselves. Some of them no shirts on, some of them costumey, young, super old, you know, and everybody just showing up as themselves. So good. They do it every week, every Sunday. I'm like, oh, here's my church. Well, shoot, my church is a 3-hour drive from my job, and church is in the land of mosquitoes and rain. So I'm a little torn. Yep. Okay, well, anyways, that's the catch up, and I'm gonna go fly to Oahu now and explore the choices of this FedEx truck and this scooter that I don't feel like I need anymore. I have them. What am I doing with them? Am I gonna make art? Am I selling them? Are they extra pieces for things that I need? Do I need 4 vehicles? 4. 2 trucks and 2 bikes? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Choices, man. Choosing life, feeling into it. It's my choice. I can't go wrong. I know that. I know that it's about just me directing my life, me being the creator. I am the God of my world, and I get to choose. And basically, the trick is if you're not choosing, you're stuck. But if you choose, then the universe supports you. Whatever you do, go forward and choose your life. Talk to you later.